Now, Charlotte Ryan took to the streets of Wellington to ask this question.
Do you look at the polls?
No, they're rubbish.
Absolutely.
Well, I haven't looked.
Haven't been looking at the polls.
I do. I'm very aware that the system we have in New Zealand is more sophisticated than what's happened in the UK and Brexit, so I have a lot of faith in them.
Polls doesn't really interest me. It's just a load of rubbish, really.
Yeah, a bit. I'm a little bit sceptical sometimes because a lot of the time they say varying things.
Do you trust the polls?
Nah, I don't really trust the polls. I reckon it's rigged, eh?
I don't trust them.
I don't completely trust them, no. No.
I don't worry about other people's opinions. I look at the parties and look at their policies and then I'll make my call.
So would they influence your vote at all?
No.
I do think it influences people. It doesn't influence me.
I try not to be influenced by them.
Probably not, no.
Nah, never. I'll still stick loyal. I like to think about the issues and vote intelligently.
Have you voted? I have.
Done it. Telling everybody on Facebook to do it.
I have voted.
Not yet, but I'm just on my way to after lunch.
Yes, I voted today.
If I get the time, yeah.
Oh, I'm old-fashioned. I'll vote on the day.
Already have.
Oh, there you go. Look, and latest polls here, explosive. National up 6 to 46. Labour down 7 to 37. Greens up 1 to 8. New Zealand First at 5. Top at 2. Māori Party at 1. ACT exploding at 0.3. And they made a mistake. United Future should be there. There's some sort of mistake in the polls there.
The number doesn't fit on the piece of paper. That's the problem.
Well, let's ask you, Joe. Where's the DAMIAN light effect?
Oh, look. It's happening on Twitter.
Where is it?
I don't know. No, it's interesting. I've been getting lots of feedback from people who've said, never looked at United Future before. Look, because of the Ryan Gosling. We looked at you, love your stuff, voted for you. Voted for you. But we're getting votes. We're getting people in advance voting for us.
Because you look like Ryan Gosling. All
because
right.
they've looked. Hey, it works. It works.
Okay. Gorras, what a ride. Well, I mean, you're up a bit, but really, I mean, compared to other years, shocking. Are we in a post-Greens era?
No, not at all. What we do know is that we actually can change the government this round. And the only way to get a truly progressive Labour-Green government is to party vote Green. We've got MMP. It's an awesome system. It's truly representative.
Nonetheless, compared to last election year, you're way down. Are you going to get back up, do you think?
Yep, the only poll that counts is the one on election day.
Sure thing. What about you? Labour down 7.
Yeah, well, they're fluctuating.
They sure are.
Polls the eyes of the beholder, isn't it? We see what we want to see out of them. But obviously, with this one, it's sort of gone up and down. So let's hope by Saturday it'll be on its way back.
All right. What do you make of this, Brett Hudson? You'd be loving it, I suppose.
Well, the only poll that does count is the one on Saturday. I guess you'd rather be on this side of it 2 days out. But the main thing is we've got 2 full days to continue to get every party vote for National across the country that we can, and all of us are doing just that.
Do you think they have a big impact on voters, Golrus? Do they have a big impact on voters?
Let's hope not. I don't think they do, to be honest. I think, well, I don't think we should be affected by polls. We are the decision makers. We live in a democracy. Polls are just taking the temperature of people with landlines. My generation doesn't have landlines. I haven't had a landline for about 8 or 9 years. So
yeah, but most people do.
Homeowners, exactly.
Homeowners. Damian?
Oh, look, I think polls are good at telling us whether or not the mood is slightly left, slightly right, but they never predict where the minor party is going to be, which is really the important part. The minor parties, the support parties, bring the flavor together.
Just one day, do you have dreams about being 0.1 or something like that? I mean, do you?
I have dreams of being 5 or 6. We've got some great candidates.
Yeah.
I want to 5 or 6. I want to take our candidates into Parliament.
3% margin of error.
Yeah, 3% margin of error.
3% margin of error.
All right, okay, all right. Charlotte, audience.
Yes, audience. What do you think of polls? Do you look at them?
I do look at them, but I don't really trust them.
You don't trust them?
Small samples.
Yeah.
Does it influence you, say, if you saw, your party struggling? No.
No, it doesn't influence me.
What about you, sir? Do you read the polls?
Well, I think I agree that the only poll that really counts is the one on election day.
Yeah. Fair enough. How about some younger voters? Do you look at the polls?
Yeah, we look at them. Well, I look at them, but...
Do you care about them?
I don't know if they always matter, but they definitely matter sometimes.
They've been jumping around quite a bit over the last couple of weeks.
Yeah. But it's right, like, only homeowners really have phones. Yeah. I don't have one. I don't even have a cell phone. So,
How would they get hold of you?
yeah, I don't know. Election day.
Apparently that is a misconception though, Wallace, that even if they don't have a phone line, they still try and get, an 18-year-old female who lives on a farm or something like that.
They do. They mix it up, don't they, Doris? They do
up.
mix it up, you know?
I'm not sure. I certainly don't have any idea what the technique was for this particular poll, for the Colma Brunn poll. And I mean, then the News Hub one is very unscientific. So then, I don't know. It's perverting our democracy if they're going to have an effect on the actual voters, right?
Is it really?
They do mix it up, Wallace. I mean, I've had supporters call me to say that they got called by one of the major polling companies, asked their age, and then said, oh, actually, we don't want to talk to you. So they absolutely make sure they get a representative sample across demographics.
It's because they go to a sample, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's plus or
And
minus
they, well,
3%.
they weight certain age groups too, don't they? I think if you're an older female, who usually answers the phone, it's a lower weighting. If you're a younger male that answers the phone, I think it's got a higher weighting. That's my understanding.
Oh,
of it.
okay, all right. Okay, there you go.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.